JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man shot dead by police at a legal party in St. Andrew. The St. Andrew South Police killed an alleged gunman and seized 2 guns and several rounds of ammunition at an illegal party on York Avenue in the Seabright Gardens community in the wee hours of Friday morning. The dead man has not been identified. The seized guns are 2 Glock pistols. 18 rounds of ammunition were also seized. The Constabulary Communications Unit has confirmed the incident but did not have a police report. Reports are that shortly after midnight, police went to the party to lock it off when they were accosted by men. During an ensuing confrontation, the now deceased was fatally shot and a gun taken from him. A subsequent search of the premises led to the discovery of the other weapon and the 18 rounds of ammunition. The incident scene was processed by Indicom and included the collection of forensic evidence for testing, initial interviews of the cops, and witness canvassing. Indicom says the cops involved in the incident were issued with Section 21 notices to submit written statements and to visit its offices to be interviewed. Indicom is appealing to persons with information on the fatal shooting to come forward. St. Andrew South is one of the police divisions which has seen an upsurge in crime recently. A state of emergency was established in the division by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Sunday. Illegal guns seized in Westmoreland, 6 men arrested. The police in Westmoreland are reporting the siege of an illegal gun and the arrest of 6 men. The incident happened along the Hertford Main Road about 9:05 last night. The police report that cops observed a group of men at a bar in breach of the Disaster Risk Management Act. Upon their approach, the cops reportedly observed an object being thrown. According to the police, the object was retrieved and a close examination revealed that it was a .4 caliber pistol with a magazine containing 1 cartridge. The occupants of the bar were taken into custody in relation to the seizure. Education Ministry rejects special leave recommendation for Royal Reed. The Board of Jamaica College says its recommendation for the extension of the special leave of Principal Royal Reed was not approved by the Education Ministry. Reed's current leave expires tomorrow. The board says negotiations are continuing. The board had recommended a 5-year extension. Expiration would coincide with Reed's retirement in 2026. Reed, who is before the court on corruption charges, has already exhausted 2 years of special leave with full salary and emoluments amounting to more than $11 million, beginning from November 21, 2019 to the present. Prior to the 2-year special leave with full pay and benefits, Reed had exhausted earned vacation leave for the period March 25, 2019 to November 2019. However, over the similar period, the ministry had also paid acting principal Wayne Robinson a little more than $11 million. Robinson has been acting in the position of principal since 2016, when Reed was seconded from his job as an educator to take up the appointment of Minister of Education. He resigned in March 2019 amid an emerging Caribbean Maritime University CMU scandal. Trainee cop, 3rd brother killed by gunmen. 25-year-old Devon Brown was murdered in Nagotown in Whithorn, Westmoreland on Wednesday night as gunmen continued their bloody rampage in the Western Parish despite it being under a state of emergency. Brown, who was a student at the National Police College of Jamaica in St. Catherine, is the 3rd of his mother's children to be murdered by gunmen. Yesterday, a distraught Mabel Forbes said that she was not even aware that her son had returned home to the community. Last night I was sleeping when my neighbor come and beat on my door and I tell me say them kill Devon. And me say where? And them say up the road, she recalled. Me say stop the foolishness and tell me where because Devon not down here, Forbes said. She was then informed that Brown had returned to the community to effect repairs to a block-making machine he owned and which was being operated by his brother. When she rushed to the scene, her worst fears were confirmed. According to reports, at about 9:50 p.m., Brown was walking towards a grocery shop when he was pounced upon by 4 men who opened fire at him, hitting him multiple times all over his body. He was subsequently pronounced dead on arrival at a Stavlamar-based medical facility. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers, commander for the police's Area 1 region, said that while Brown had not yet graduated from training school, he had been assigned to Area 3 as part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's policy to expose officers to first-hand policing. What we know is that his relatives are living in the location where the incident occurred, said Chambers. We understand that they were goats and that there might have been an altercation between his relatives and other persons in the same exact location. Investigators are trying to get to the bottom of this. 2 men have since been arrested in relation to the shooting, and another 2 are being sought. Chambers said that police investigators are also looking at incidents that may have involved relatives of his, which he might not have been aware of or have anything to do with. Brown's killing is the second high-profile homicide in Westmoreland since the state of emergency, SOE, was declared in the parish in response to a spate of gang-related killings linked to the feud in Dexter Street and Darling Street gangs. 6 other police divisions are also under SOEs. On Tuesday, 19-year-old Shadeen Campbell of a Darling Street address was shot and killed at the doorway to a location at which a gender violence training session was taking place. Minutes later, another man from Darling Street was killed a short distance away. More than 100 people have been killed in Westmoreland since the start of the year. Some 144 people are being held in custody in the parish, many for gun-related offences. Stepson denied bail in Low Garwood's murder case. Javon Garwood, who is charged in connection with the January murder of banker Andrew Low Garwood at a church in Falmouth, Trelawney, was denied bail when he appeared in the parish's circuit court yesterday. Attorney at law Kadeen Coleman made an unsuccessful bail application on behalf of Garwood, the victim's 30-year-old stepson, before presiding High Court Judge Andrea Pettigrew Collins. "Milady, despite what the Crown has told the court, it all boils down to circumstantial evidence," Coleman said. "All that was presented does not point to my client not being worthy of being offered bail." She read character references from a justice of the peace, a minister of religion, and a former boss of her client, but the judge denied the application. Pettigrew Collins did not give Coleman a full response when asked why her client was denied bail. The judge promised to provide a written response. On Monday, Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn said that her office would be opposing the bail application. Dwight Bingham, who is also facing charges in the matter, did not have legal representation when he appeared in court on Monday. Yesterday, the court was told that legal aid counsel Jermaine Campbell had been assigned to his case. However, Campbell did not make it to court as he reportedly had car trouble on his way from Kingston and had to abandon the trip. Garwood and Bingham were charged with murder and conspiracy to murder, among other charges, are to return to court on February 21, 2022. The third accused in the case, Leon Hines, who drove the getaway car from the murder scene, pleaded guilty to his part in the commission of the crime in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston in March and was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Low Garwood was worshipping at a Agape Christian Fellowship Church at approximately 10:30 a.m. on July 31 when a man reportedly walked into the church and took a seat behind her. He later pulled a handgun and opened fire, hitting her several times in the head and upper body before escaping in a waiting motor car. Witness says soldiers spent free time guarding gang leader. The prosecution's second witness in the Klansman trial yesterday testified that an ex-soldier accused of being a member of the One Done gang had spent his free time guarding reputed leader Andre Blackman Bryan. When he was not at work, he's on the avenue. He's always there, Blackman with an AK, the witness said. The witness previously testified that the ex-soldier, defendant Jermaine Robinson, had disclosed to him that he was a member of the Jamaica Defense Force. He said that he had seen Robinson at the Jones Avenue, Spanish Town base of the gang in St. Catherine, and at the home of the alleged Don's personal driver, guarding Blackman with a gun. But during cross-examination yesterday, Robinson's lawyer, Roxanne Smith, suggested that her client was never a bodyguard for the reputed leader or a member of any gang. Further, she said that the witness was lying. Smith also sought to discredit the witness's account that Blackman had introduced him to the soldier. She suggested that the witness had met her client during one of his visits to his girlfriend on Jones Avenue, as her client had been dating the girlfriend's sister. "Were you not aware that during that time Jermaine was also having a relationship with?" she asked. But the witness said that as far as he knew, Robinson was dating one of Blackman's relatives. "I'm suggesting that you are aware. That's how you both met," she said. The lawyer said that both men also had a conversation in which the witness told her client about his friend who sells Clarks, and as a result, they exchanged numbers. But the witness said he could not recall that encounter. Smith further suggested that based on that meeting, there was no need for any introduction by Blackman as they had already met. The lawyer further suggested that the witness had not seen her client on duty at a checkpoint in Spanish Town and had asked him for Blackman's number, nor had he called the witness in 2018 saying he wanted to turn up back the thing. But the witness maintained that his testimony about the soldier was truthful. Meanwhile, defense lawyer Alexander Shaw, who is representing Stephanie Christie, the lone woman among the 33 alleged gang members on trial, suggested on Thursday that his client knew Blackman since childhood as they both grew up on Jones Avenue. However, when the suggestion was made, the witness denied being aware that they were childhood friends or that they both originated from Jones Avenue. Further, he said, "Close friends don't try and kill close friends." But the attorney later suggested that he was the one who had tried to kill his client as he did not like her. The witness, however, questioned why he'd want her dead, saying that they had a good relationship and that he had no hate in his heart for her, even if she harbored hate for him. Jamaica reports 91 new virus cases, 11 deaths. Jamaica reported 91 new cases of the COVID-19 and 11 virus-related deaths on Friday, pushing the total number of confirmed cases on the island since the outbreak to 90,558 and the confirmed deaths to 2,354. The new cases comprise 49 females and 42 males with ages ranging from 2 days to 93 years. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 18 of the cases were recorded in St. James, 17 in St. Anne, 15 in St. Catherine, 14 in Kingston and St. Andrew, 8 in St. Mary, 6 in Hanover, 4 in Westmoreland, 3 each in Clarendon, Manchester and St. Elizabeth. Meanwhile, the latest victims are a 60-year-old male from St. Catherine whose death was previously under investigation, an 82-year-old male from St. Catherine whose death was previously under investigation, a 63-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew whose death was previously under investigation, a 69-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew whose death was previously under investigation, a 53-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew whose death was previously under investigation, a 50-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 53-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 57-year-old female from St. Thomas whose death was previously under investigation, an 81-year-old female from St. Thomas, a 65-year-old male from St. Mary, and a 31-year-old male from St. Anne. Another death was also reported as under investigation. The ministry further reported 171 new recoveries, which pushed the total recoveries to 61,484. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.